you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to plug my headphones in. I forgot to do that earlier. Lauren, you are a graduating senior,
Yes.
or you're finished technically with your classes and stuff right now, I believe, right?
Yep. All done. All done.
Congratulations. So I want to start, well, first introduce yourself. Well, first I'll introduce myself quickly. I'm Amanda James. I'm from the Louisville Alumni Relations Office. We are currently working from home, so that's where I am right now in Louisville. All of our staff, for the most part, unless they need to be on campus, are working from home. Our semester finished up with students doing remote learning. That started right after spring break, which I know Lauren did. And then finals just wrapped up yesterday. So it has been sort of a whirlwind for our students, I would imagine. And then next up is graduation, which is going to look a little different this year, but should be still, we're going to celebrate now and then we'll celebrate again in December. So Lauren, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you studied, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so my name's Lauren, and like Amanda said, was going to be graduating in May, but I finished classes now. So I'm from Jeffersonville, Indiana, so not far, just right across the bridge. And so I started at UofL in 2016 and ended up graduating with a major in accounting and a double minor in marketing and international business. So
awesome. Shout out to the College of Business.
Yeah, shout out to the College of Business, always. So gosh, what else? I don't even know. Just actually preparing for the real world and just accepted an offer from Humana actually. So yeah.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So yeah.
That's awesome. So Lauren, your senior year was pretty different than most because you actually, between what you did in the fall and the spring semester, you actually weren't on campus very much this past academic year.
No, the last year I don't even know how many weeks I was on campus, maybe like 8 weeks.
So tell us what you did in the fall that led to that.
Yeah, so in the fall I spent the semester in Barcelona in Spain, which was an amazing experience. I left in September and was gone until the end of December, and an amazing time. I got to see a lot of different countries and met a lot of new people, and it was a really good time. But UofL actually helped me out a lot with that, and giving me different scholarships and helping me find even more. So it was a great time.
Well, that's awesome. And I love to hear that you had the scholarship help and all of the help to help you do that.
Yeah.
And just thinking about it, timing wise, obviously that couldn't have really happened at a better time with everything that ended up happening.
Yes, no, I felt so bad because I had some friends who did a full year and they were gone in the spring, but once the announcement got out that travel was going to be banned from Europe, then they had like a day or two to rush home. So I was so glad that I was able to have like the full time there, and that, oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow. And for everyone tuning in now, we're chatting with Lauryn Handley. She is a UofL senior. She is graduating with her business degrees, and she just told us that she has just accepted an offer for a job, which is pretty darn exciting in my opinion.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's exciting.
So Lauren, we talked about what it looked like in the fall for you. You talked about you were studying abroad in Barcelona. Tell us a little bit about what spring looked like for you. As I mentioned earlier, it was spring break, and then you all never came back. So what was that like? Tell us about how you felt and how that worked out for you and all that stuff.
Yeah, so first of all, during the spring, this was my first semester actually commuting from home. Every other year I lived on campus, but it was just my last semester, and I was like, okay, I can drive 25 minutes to class. So I was commuting, but I also had an internship. So it was spring break and I was working a lot of hours, and we just kept hearing things in the news, and we were just like, what is going on? Like everything just seemed to be happening so like suddenly, but at the same time, we weren't sure how serious the situation was. So I was actually working, and we were getting updates from UofL, and I actually hadn't gotten the email. I hadn't seen it, but some other interns also go to UofL, and they were like, "Did you see the email?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to go back to class until," at that point, I think April 5th was the plan.
Yes.
And I was like, "What? Oh my goodness." And so that was a big surprise. It was just, that was the first big hit, and then all of a sudden my internship was like, okay, you guys need to work from home, and then U of L was like, okay, you're not going to come back to campus at all. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And like, luckily for me, since I was commuting, like, I wasn't on campus as much, so when I was there, I was already kind of looking around like, wow, like, this is my last year here, and I was really taking it in and enjoying it. Definitely wasn't taking it for granted. So I'm glad that I got to walk on campus with that kind of attitude. So
I like to hear that. And so just so we all know, so you are in Southern Indiana, which is where you've, as you mentioned, you've been living for this semester and commuting. I know, as we mentioned, finals have wrapped up, but how did you feel? How did you feel about that experience? Was it hard? Were your professors accommodating? Was it sort of business as usual? What was it like with that remote learning for the end of the semester?
So at first, there was definitely a lot of anxiety. I was really nervous because with my internship, I was working a lot of hours, and I wasn't sure like how I was gonna manage my time if like I didn't have to physically be present on campus. But each of my professors reached out to me by that beginning of that first week, and was kind of just like, we want to make this as easy as possible for you. This is stressful for all of us. And so a lot of them, actually only one of my classes met online, and we only did one session a week. So the rest of them, all the PowerPoints were online, so it was kind of like just teach yourself and go and just complete the assignments, and they would send out a lot of updates and emails. I did actually have to work on one group project, which was really interesting.
Tell us about that. Group projects, I feel like, have like a notoriety anyway. So what was it like doing that with remote learning?
Oh my goodness. So I just feel like when you're in class, I mean, there's already a lot of pressure on group projects, and you only see each other like maybe twice a week. But going from not seeing each other twice a week to not at all was a big difference. So you just had to communicate over GroupMe, and this was for my capstone class, so we still had to do the project. But it turned out working out really well. Everyone luckily in my group worked with each other and did their parts, and we had to present on Blackboard Collaborate, which was really interesting, but it worked out just fine. It was a challenge at first. Mentally, I think I was like more worried about it, but it turned out being just fine.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, because I know those can be tough, especially, again, with the remote learning.
Yeah.
Stepping away from school, so, you know, I would imagine you've had some downtime during all of this, as I feel like most of us have.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So how have you filled your time?
It's been interesting. So I just feel like, so for a while I had my internship, and then it ended, and then I was like, oh my gosh, what do I even do? Like, I could do school whenever I wanted to, and I was just like, not really sure how to fill my time. To start off, I was being more productive. I was trying to go on a run outside maybe, or do some yoga or something in the house. But I feel like I got a little less productive, and started watching a lot of TV and shows.
What TV? Give us some suggestions.
Oh my gosh. So one show that I've really been watching is Dave. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
It's a really good show. I would also recommend Insecure on HBO.
Yes. I've also been watching that.
Yes, I kind of hate waiting.
I know, which is how we always used to watch shows, and now we've gotten spoiled. So
yeah, exactly. I honestly, when they announced that the season was coming out, I don't know why I assumed this, but I was like, oh, they're letting the whole season out. I cannot wait to watch it all. And I was like, going to press next to go to episode 2, and I was like, what? Nothing was there. No, but
Kelsey in the comments also mentioned insecure, and then we also have a couple folks that are saying congratulations to you, Lauren.
yes, thank you, everyone. I see a couple people who are graduating too, so congratulations to all
Woohoo!
of
Congrats
us.
to everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. So tell us how you're feeling about that. It is crazy. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Again, for those of you who are tuning in, I'm here with Lauryn Handley, graduating this May. But U of L, because of everything going on, has postponed the May commencement to December. There are a number of things that the university is doing to celebrate May grads. If you haven't already looked, we're doing Alumni Week here on our alumni social media account. So check that out. Lauren and I are both wearing our cards gear today for Wear It Wednesday. So keep sharing those pictures with us, everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the question, Lauren. Tell us how it's feeling. You know, do you feel like you have a sense of closure at all, or what's it feeling like?
It is something that I'm trying to still wrap my head around, really. I just, everything's over, and I think like the biggest thing that I've done is like made a big Facebook post about it, and I'm just like, okay, like it's over. Like it's definitely different, and I think it would be obviously ideal to have a graduation to look forward to in May, but I'm just as excited to have it in December. It's just a little weird because there will definitely be that buffer time in between. So it's so strange. I never would have ever expected this. No one would, of course, but
no,
it's definitely an interesting way to end it all. So yeah.
Well, I totally think you and your fellow graduates have handled it with such grace, and it's hard, but I think the celebration in December and the celebration that we can do now, we're going to be celebrating that much more because you all deserve it. And
oh my goodness,
yeah, we never could have imagined that we would be in this situation.
Right.
Time is flying, so I'm just going to ask you maybe one or two more questions. Unless anyone else has any questions for Lauren, feel free to leave those in the comments. She's graduating soon and becoming an alumna, so we're super excited about that. So looking back, Lauren, on your past 4 years as a Cardinal, what do you wish you maybe would have told yourself as an incoming student, or what advice would you give another incoming student?
So I really feel like I would just say I'm going to give advice to other incoming freshmen.
Okay.
I think it's important really just to take in what everyone's telling you. When I got into UofL, everyone was saying, oh, you should do this opportunity, take advantage of this opportunity, oh, study abroad. I really wish I would have done that. And I mean, everyone will tell you in your life that like time flies and like, it goes by so quickly, and everyone will take that for granted until it's like, oh my gosh, this is over. So I think it's really important in the beginning to ask yourself, like, what do you really want to get away from this experience? Because if you don't, I just think the time will fly by and you'll look back and like, what did I do with my time? So I would just make sure to sit down and plan, and just have a rough plan and meet with advisors and talk to them about how you might be able to get abroad, or I think there's transfer opportunities to go to other universities within the U.S. too, and just so many different opportunities on campus. But just talk to people, even if you don't think that it's possible, because I mean, there's so many people on campus that are there to help, and I would not be where I am today without the advisors I have, like you and so many others have really helped me along this journey. So I think that's the most important thing.
This, as we were talking about this alumni week, I think sort of going into that same thing, the people are what make UofL what it is, and taking advantage of the staff and the faculty is huge. So I think that is wonderful advice for an incoming student. Last question. What would you share with your fellow class of 2020 grads? What would you want to say? You're not commencement speaker, anything like that, but just as a part of a group that has gone through this, who are becoming alumni, and I know you've worked with alumni as a student, what would you say to them as they sort of make this step into being alumni?
Yeah, I would just say, so just to give a little more background about me and my time at UofL, I was part of student organization of alumni relations, and I worked a lot with Amanda's. So I got to see a lot of different alumni events and how involved alumni can be with the university. And I think we can all agree that our class has had the most unique experience with graduating.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that no one else has really gone through. So, I mean, we've got to make it what we make it. And I think that this is going to make us stronger as people, and realize that, like, you just have to work towards things for yourself, but also realize that you do have a community around you no matter what is going on. So I just think that we have to realize that we can still connect with UofL. It's not over. Like, there's so many involvement opportunities as alumni, and I think that because we didn't get that graduation, I think we might have a greater sense of wanting to connect back to the university. So I think that we should all really come together and support those who are going to continue to graduate in the future, and make sure to go to the December graduation for the spring graduates, just to celebrate yourself. I mean, a lot can happen between now and then, but as long as it's still on, I think we do still need to celebrate each other. I mean, congratulations to everyone. I know none of us saw this coming, and it's been a ride. It's been definitely an interesting journey, but we're here and we're making it. And congrats to everybody.
You are making it. That's great advice. And from the alumni side, I certainly hope that this class will want to stay engaged, and that we will see everyone come back in December for commencement and celebrate. And again, I hope that celebration is on another level, because you all certainly deserve it. So thanks for chatting with us today, Lauryn. I'm going to wrap it up there. Again, this is Lauryn Handley, a 2020 UofL graduate. And we'll save this on our Instagram as well as our YouTube channel if anybody wants to watch back later. And we also invite you all to join us for Alumni Week on social media this week. Tomorrow's Throwback Thursday. Friday is Favorites Friday, and then again today is Wear It Wednesday. So if you haven't already, put on some UofL gear, share a picture with us, and thanks again, Lauryn, and go Cards!
Go Cards! Hold on. Go Cards!
See ya! Bye, everybody.
Bye,